from, we didn't really think that Quincy Crew could have turned that one around at any point, honestly. Like, I always just felt that they had so many options on the side. The only thing which could have gone for Quincy Crew was if Yawar had just gotten, like, so unbelievably fat that he could have just taken down these Aura heroes in, like, 2 shots and, like, blown up the Venge with a cleave and then killed the Illusion with another cleave, which... It's pretty far-fetched, but it was an option, and Quincy Crew, they're good enough to kind of pull that sort of thing off. And I could have seen it happening. They had the Midas spell, he was having a good time in the jungle, but eventually Thunder Predator just said no, and they started invading. And that's the thing, you could always rely on Thunder Predator to play aggressively. If they are in the lead, or they feel they're in the lead, then they're going to play like it. They're not one of these teams which watches a lead kind of washed by them like a couple of the other NA teams are tending to do sometimes. So this is definitely why I was very excited that this is our best of 5 grand finals, because I think Thunder Predator are one of the best teams to be taking down Quincy Crew. And we've just seen why in the last game.
They like to play aggressively. That's the biggest thing. If you're not a team that plays aggressively, you're going to stand no match against Quincy. So Thunder Predator, out of every other team in this tournament, maybe I think 4 Zoomers and Beast Coast kind of play aggressively too, but Thunder Predator are like actually more aggressive than everybody else. So that really helps the matchup. And this is why I said yesterday, my prediction for this best of 5 is there's not going to be any long games. Both of these teams are looking to snowball. They're looking to win early. They're looking for those advantages and keep on pushing. And Quincy is like, when they're behind, they're not trying to farm their way back into the game. They're actually trying to fight their way back into the game, because that's how they know how to play Dota, right?
Yeah.
So Quincy, they banged against Thunder Predator in the last game, and they lost 2 fights. They're like, all right, GG, wrap it up, boys. There's no point to keep staying in this game. We already know we're going to lose this. Let's go to game number 3. And this game, they get Venge again. Whoa.
They do indeed, yeah. Quincy Crew, they go for
that's because they
banned
banned the Ember, right?
Is the answer. Yeah. So, no Ember, no Void. The two... Actually, there's one more hero, isn't there, that's been picked up a lot, and that is the Legion Commander. Maybe finally we get to see the Legion, the Thunder Predator Legion. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it could be. No, we did. In game number 1, Leo Style played it.
He played it mid. My bad.
Yeah. So in this draft is a bit more different. So first of all, SVG will not be playing Mirana. SVG's Mirana has been broken. MSS is going to be playing the Mirana, surely. And then this time around, they go with the Winter Wyvern pick in the first phase, because they're preemptively drafting this hero to combat the Beastmaster and the Troll Warlord. That could potentially be drafted already in this draft. So because the Wyvern has been picked, they don't want to pick Beastmaster right away on Thunder Predator. They go to Storm Spear route. Now, the Storm is very good against Wyvern because you can hunt him down, catch him in the back, right? Theoretically. Now, Storm Spear does have some weaknesses where he can fall behind and he needs to spend most of the game up through farming. Okay, so Quincy Crew, they need to make sure they pick some hero that is able to deal with Storm and hopefully even beat the Storm in the lane. DK is something that comes to mind that's pretty good against Storm and can take his tower. But then again, he's not really going to beat Storm. My Storm's going to get the free farm. But something like that could be interesting for Quincy in this game.
I think... I don't know, the thing with the Storm as well is that, like, usually... you can jump the Wyvern, because if you Winter's Curses you, that's still fine, because Winter's Curse is down, he's not going to be able to run far enough away from you, or at least he's out of the fight. But you can still get Winter's Curse into Arrow this game, which we know Quincy Crew are more than happy to drop on a core, right?
Exactly.
So that's got to be a concern. But I love that Quincy Crew, they're so scared. They pick the Wyvern to be like, all right, they're not picking Beast.
Just in case you pick the Beast, like, right? Yeah.
Guys, what if they still do? Like, let's ban it anyway. Ban it as well. The double whammy, just to make sure this Beastmaster is extra taken out of the game.
Exactly, and the Beastmaster is it's really good with the Storm because you can Hawk and it spots out your supports, right? Or the opponent supports, then the Storm can zip in and deal with them. So you got the Beast, the Bench, then your hard carry combo. So those three are like, it's like essentially like one hero. And then you get the Storm who can utilize the Hawk and be able to freely run around and kill people because you already got the Bench, Beast plus one carry combo going. So Beastmaster getting banned out, I love it. Storm also Spectre being banned out because we've seen in this tournament, Winter Wyvern's biggest weakness has actually been the Spectre. Every time a fight breaks out, Spectre haunts, jumps onto the Wyvern. Wyvern couldn't do shit against that, so it's gone. There is a
they've already got the
Dusa.
Storm, but why not?
Yeah, I want to say they did leave the Dusa in this draft. Quincy. In game 1, they were afraid of it, but you never know if Thunder can even play the Medusa, right? Or they even value this hero.
Yeah, I can't remember whether they do play Medusa a lot. But one thing is, I mean, Medusa Storm would be pretty slow, wouldn't it?
It will be. It will be very, very slow. Unless the Storm sacrifices a lot of his farming potential to just fight with his team. And I agree. I wouldn't like the Storm either in this kind of game. Oh, you know what's legit? Doombringer. That's what we're missing in the series so far. Yeah. I have not seen any mid Dooms yet, and hasn't been banned. But it's been a very popular hero. I actually played Doom mid earlier after watching these NA games. It was so insane. You can't lose lanes with that hero, and you're farming at an incredible rate because of the new Devourer and like how well you scale as long as you level things up. So maybe we can see Quinn play it. It's going to be quite good against the Storm because you can just doom them up, right, in the fights.
And Sacred, Infernal Blade in the laning phase would be really nice as well. I can definitely see Quincy Crew going for that. Just to mention, by the way, Thunder Predator have never played Medusa in their competitive lives, according to DOTA buffs, so probably not likely.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they play in a pub and they think like it's a good idea. They're just going on the fly, right? It's a possibility, always. True. But yeah, that's good to know. I want to say, like, on Doom, you don't actually skill Infernal Blade. You just max out your first and your second skill for the most part. Yeah, you get it like at level 8 if you need it.
Scorched Earth the guy, then why not?
Exactly. It's all about farming. That hero is literally all about farming, getting levels up, and then you're just going to be more farm than the opponent. You get BKB, you just run at them. That's it. Oh, Tiny. Yeah. So it's a position 2 Tiny, most likely. What do you think about that? I think it's legit against support Lion and Venge. I just don't think it scales that well. That's what I don't like about Tiny.
It's very good burst into the Storm, though, which I think is important. Like, you can get as much lockdown as you like versus Storm. You still need to be able to kill the guy, and the burst is going to help out a lot. And yes, there's someone who you can afford to put him on the backlines a bit with a blink and just be ready to counter-initiate if needs be. And yeah, again, good versus supports as well. These squishy guys just get blown up in one combo. That's what you need. When you pick this Tiny, you've got to pick it into heroes which can die to you. And that's definitely the case this game. And Thunder Predator ripping through the reserve time right now. Only 13 seconds left as they consider this 4th pick.
They need something to frontline. They don't have anybody who can just run on in. Whoa,
that's not frontline, but we've seen this once before from Thunder Predator in this tournament, and he destroyed on this hero. I mean, he absolutely smacked. Like when you see a good Ricky game, and Thunder Predator get that hero, you've got to be scared on the side of Quincy. And I think they picked this. The discussion going on there from Thunder Predator was, do we pick the Ricky now, or do we risk it getting banned out? And MNZ's player just like, hey man, there's nothing more they can pick to ruin this game for me. Let's get a final pick in our off lane and let me just slap some fools.
They could go for the Legion though. I think that's a pretty decent hero against Ricky.
Why so?
For Quincy. Legion is a strength. It's a melee hero against Ricky. Just turn around, man fight him. You can lifesteal. You can put a lot of damage on him. I don't think Legion's gonna be afraid of a Ricky eventually. And also has the cover of a Mirana to arrow the range creeps if needed. So, I mean, we also saw Let Us play it, right? Like they can't pick Troll anymore. Yeah, they already have a Ricky, so it makes a whole lot of sense. I think.
I mean, now I consider it, I'm very surprised Thunder Predator didn't take the Legion when they're playing into a Mirana. Seems like an obvious choice. Wake people up from that arrow stun, but not the case this game. And I think it will get banned out by Quincy Crew now. Although, to be fair, I think Thunder Predator don't really want another like frontline damagey hero, initiation guy. They want to find something which can just like carry some auras and kind of be that brick wall hero. Talking about brick wall heroes, Quincy Crew just built one themselves as they grab up the Underlord.
This is very different from regular Quincy Crew right now. It seems like they're slowing the game down a little bit in this draft. Right? Underlord, it doesn't have that fast pace that you normally see. I think he's good in the sense that he can buy a pipe for his team because that's the counter to Storm, and it's going to be nice against Lion as well. But this Ricky is going to be fine in the lane. He's going to be farming plenty. Or maybe they were thinking about the root against the Riki too, because if he ever uses his second skill, second skill, no, third skill, tricks of the trade, and then you put the root down, he's gonna get rooted when he comes out. So you have like a chance to kill him.
That's nice for sure. All right, so Batrider banned out from Quincy Crew, Naga taken out of the pool from Thunder Predator. Yeah, again, looking like it could be a good game for some illusion heroes, even though you do have someone who's pretty good at killing off one or two illusions with the frog, but with the hex, but
yeah,
still, I mean, you don't want to play into one. Like, I don't think they want to play into TB either. I'm imagining that's going to be their next ban. Although TB, how does TB fare versus Riki and Storm?
Oh, I think it's gonna be fine. Storm can get that long range. I think it's more the Lion that TB will be worried about.
Okay.
Because the Lion can just keep on mana draining the illusions when he shows up in the lane, kill it off.
Yep, hex mana drain it. Fair enough.
So, actually, it's not even that easy against Riki because you can get clouded early on and get hunted in the jungle. Quincy need to make sure they don't pick a slow carry, right? Or someone who Riki can hunt in the woods. And also, Thunder Predator, one of the big problems I want to mention is they don't have lane shoving abilities. They have a lot of killing abilities, but they don't have any lane shoving abilities. Yeah. Quincy have a lot of that. So how is a Riki gonna be able to?
The snake is she's on the wrong team. Medusa comes out from Quincy Crew as their final pick here.
Wow,
and that looks.
I'm shook.
All right, so things I like is that she's going to be able to Hurricane Pike to get away from this Riki. Great item on Medusa. Can also help you out versus Storm a little bit as well. And the Stone Gaze is going to be fantastic against these heroes. And now the Brewmaster comes out. Things I don't like is that if you do manage to keep her inside that smoke cloud with Electric Vortex or Swap, then she's not going to feel like much of a hero. And I'm not sure they have enough like to turn this Medusa into a hero. You know, she does need that Venge or that Beastmaster. I mean, just getting Vlads and like drums on other heroes, is that going to be enough? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I guess we're going to find out. What say you, Steven?
As long as Quinn doesn't get wrecked mid, I think I like Quincy's draft more. I don't know how Thunder Predator are going to be able to get lanes out and be able to enter the jungle and stop this Dusa from farming. Like maybe they get 1 or 2 random kills on the Dusa because they ignore all the creep waves and like smoke into her. But after that, it's going to be very hard. There's going to be an Underlord, Tiny, Wyvern. All these heroes can get lanes out and buy time for the Medusa to be able to farm on her side of the map. And the reason why I say Quinn, if he loses the lane mid, is bad is because this Storm Spirit is going to be unstoppable if he starts to snowball. There's no sufficient disables on the side of Quincy here to be able to deal with the Storm. I'm not even too worried about what the Riki would do. I'm really thinking about like the carry potential of the Storm in this game.
I mean, the Underlord is good against Storm, right? Like you can just drop the root down. You don't have to land it directly on him, just as long as you get it where he's going. That can be a factor. And then they have the arrow. I think I actually kind of disagree with you here. I don't think it's like the freest Storm game in the world. I do think he needs a BKB in this one.
Yeah, but imagine you have to use all those skills just for that one Storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're committing like the Thunder Predator now have allies who are gonna engage while that happens. Do they now have a vengeful spirit who can solve the Storm out?
Yeah, okay,
right?
True. This Vengeance is always feeling like a good pick with Thunder Predator. Okay, and another close draft here. I mean, you know, you say this Medusa can farm, but at the same time, the Storm could be a bit of a menace, as can the Riki. I do think this is another one of these drafts which look like it can really snowball from Thunder Predator, and that's exactly the situation we wanted to see them put themselves in. So another good draft. Let's see what they can do. Now we get into game number 3 in this best of 5 series, in the Grand Finals of OGA Dota Pitters, Thunder Predator versus Quincy Crew. Quinn will be on the Tiny, heading towards the middle lane against the Storm Spirit. How does this matchup typically go?
I think it's very favored for Storm because you can just farm with your Static Remnant and Overload. The only thing the Storm needs to be careful of is if the Mirana rotates to mid and he gets tossed back. Or if he gets arrowed and then he gets tossed back into the Tiny's tower, or like just a Avalanche toss combo will also kill him. So there's a lot of ways that the Storm can die, but in terms of farming 1 versus 1, I think the Storm is going to be like free farming in this lane.
That is the dream. Also on the Radiant side as well. I mean, not quite as strong as it used to be, but you do have a small camp close by,
Frank.
A medium camp nearish.
30 seconds to battle.
Frank just took a big chunk of his health. That's damn. Like he was trying to check if there was a ward there.
I see.
And then Quinn just showed up to make sure that they don't know if there's a ward or not.
No, get away.
They're just smacking him in the face.
Arrow in the bottom lane does actually miss onto MNZ, but he's also taken a ton of damage here, and they're going to move over towards MJZ as well. So a lot of damage being dealt by Quincy Crew here. I'm not too sure what Thunder Predator are trying to achieve with this. Maybe I do now as they throw the stun onto Lelis. They're looking for a bit of aggression here, but with that Firestorm coming on down, it's going to be very difficult. Although Matthew's able to sweep himself in, but he actually misclicks and doesn't pick up the rune. And now he's given his life for nothing here as the right clicks come on through, and Matthew will get finished off, and that's going to be a first blood.
Oh, MSS got the first blood too. That is not the player you want to get first blood to.
Yeah, that's a little bit wacky. And now MNZ going to jump in onto the Mirana again here. The Firestorm's going to come chucking on down. MNZ losing his health pretty quickly, jumps back in to get the kill. Runs into behind now, but meanwhile, Lelis just smacking into MJZ. MJZ, though, does have the stun and will start to run himself away. Lelis going to chase, but that is going to put an end to things. So finally, Thunder Predator dive deep enough to... Oh, no. The Sal cancelled the Ricky by the Firestorm. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing, Thunder Predator? That was such a huge soft cancel right there. And I think Mirana didn't even mind dying there because he comes back with full everything. It would have been a nice kill onto the Ricky though, but he dodged that arrow. I mean, I kind of feel like I just throw Ult Venge, gonna go down to MSS, does pop the Fairy Fire. MSS, he's got an arrow, kind of needs to land it right now. MJZ, what way do you go? Oh, I don't think this is the right call. Oh, does manage to dodge out the arrow though. Fair enough. Still on the run here. I just feel like when you're running away from Mirana, going into choke spots is a really dangerous moves.
MSS?
Dude, he's still playing him. And deny.
25 seconds though, he's gonna be dead for. I mean, at least MSS doesn't get the kill. It would have been snowballing really big time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you've drawn MSS away from this lane, therefore the Ricky isn't actually being harassed, so he's actually been allowed to just tango himself up from being super low, which I don't think would have happened if the Venge doesn't go and make this play. So in a way, I think this was actually super worth it for MJZ to pull off here. Yeah. Meanwhile, in our middle lane, Leo style, he's playing up into Quinn. Playing up reasonably solidly, 10-2 to 9-0, pretty fun, but yes, up in the top lane, Matthew will go down. SVG and Yawar playing the aggressive game up here. There's a lot of kills being had across the map right now. 2 kills and a suicide for Quincy Crew.
Storm looks like he is free farming in the mid lane here. Having a jolly old time. At least Quinn is not in a bad position. He's already got his bottle up, so he won't be dying or anything like that anytime soon.
Yeah, true. He can chill. Yes, so I'm just gonna keep on laying on the harass into this Tiny. That's the thing, Tiny spells aren't really spammable. Like, he's got such a tiny mana pool that even with the bottle, he doesn't get to just like throw spells out like the Storm can. So just like the consistent damage of the Storm is very, very annoying for the Tiny to play and see.
Yeah. It's any melee heroes.
Behind the tower, SVG could be in some trouble on the top lane as the stun comes down. The right click's coming in from Frank here. SVG will turn around with the Arctic Burn onto Matthew, but it's not going to change anything. He's still going to die. And Thunder Predator get some revenge up in this top lane. Good to see a bit of life from them.
I just want to mention, in this game, if things go evenly for Thunder and Storm does snowball, this Brewmaster is going to be a big nuisance for the Medusa, at least in the fights. Because it's going to look to tornado him, right? So the Medusa has to buy a BKB. In most games, Medusa doesn't enjoy buying BKB just for the, like a Cyclone or something that she has to worry about. But then again, there's also a Lion that is quite annoying late game for the Medusa. The mana drain, surprisingly, does a lot of work too.
Yeah, for sure. Getting through that mana pool is just basically running through a health pool.
It's one of the reasons why I got so surprised they picked the Medusa, because there's a Lion on the opponent's side. And if ever this game is like 50-50, the Lion's going to be a big factor in those fights to kill off the Medusa quickly. 2 stuns, mana drain.
That's all you need to get through that mana pool early on, at least. It'd mean that Medusa's going to really value these mana times. Meanwhile, Leo style on top of Quinn with MJZ. He tries to go for the power rune, but will give his life for it. Meanwhile, MSS trying to bring down MJZ here. MJZ getting pretty low, will die, and MSS going to hop himself away over that cliff. And unfortunately, Leo style does not have the level 6 to chase him with.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But nonetheless, a nice kill for Thunder Predator as they take down poor old Quinn. once again at mid. And now the bottle refill for Leo Style. Oh, Quinn, he needs to get himself some camps soon, which I like this play, dragging it over towards the neutral camp and avalanching both of them, finding his efficiency. Very nicely done.
He's got a regen, he's happy.
Dude, Leo Style just got fed 2 bottle refills at mid. What is this?
That's how you play, man. You gotta play for the funnel on your cores.
As I said,
It's
Frank
like
is suffering up at top now. SVG and Yawar have made a very smart go here as they realize their support's gone off to fill some bottles, but in comes Matthew in just the nick of time to save up the Brewmaster and help Frank out. Now they might even be looking in towards Wiseman. Yeah, Leos does hit his 6, looks in, steals the bounty rune, now gets the damage off onto SVG, completely embarrassing him as he takes his rune and his life. Meanwhile, at bottom, though, Lelis is in the trees. A long arrow comes on through. Doesn't connect, though. And NNC, he's actually the one getting low here. He's going to get killed off. Lelis runs towards the tree lines, but is going to get killed off. But MSS should get revenge. And it's going to be a win for Quincy Crew in the bottom lane. And a much-needed one, to be honest, with how these lanes are going right now. But MSS will be very happy with that one. So, how are each of these lanes going? At mid lane, Leo Style, he's doing pretty damn well for himself. He's 34 and 5, and with a couple of kills as well now going his way. And a death on Quinn.
Did you see that middle?
Yeah.
He just zipped in and denied the ward. Now he's gonna get the arcane rune.
Oh, it's a trap throw! The big arrow from MSS. He predicts it perfectly. Quincy Crew, what a play! Baited.
Damn. That was actually so sick. That was so sick.
I mean, that's just knowing that this guy is. I mean, well, every Storm player will go for that, won't they? But still feels like it's a
Dude, it's the best
dig
rune.
at the confidence.
6 minutes. I mean, he still got the rune though, so it's still a win for him in a way. He got something out of it, even though he died. So this arcane rune could technically or possibly net him like 2 or 3 kills.
Now, something interesting is actually happening here at top. SVG has spotted out this big stack, and he's picking it out. However, there's an observer ward.
How about Yawar?
On the Radiant, seeing it.
Arcane rune? Yawar?
Oh no, he spent so long protecting the stack. They're actually going to go for the big kill onto the Medusa, and they get it. Oh, what a play from Thunder Predator. They had the vision on SVG from this high ground observer. So they knew exactly where he was, and he was completely embarrassed. Now Leo Style has to get himself away from Quinn. A short drop away should get him to safety, but SVG is still trying to chase him down here. Does have the Splinter Blast, but Leo Style not going anywhere near creeps anytime soon. Meanwhile, Frank trying to help him out with this wind creep, but looking over towards a big kill onto Quinn. Can he take down the Tiny is the question. I'm not sure he can, actually. Tiny's pretty damn tanky. Needs a little bit more than what he's got to bring him down. Uh-oh, Frank, my friend, you have got a little bit too deep and will come out wanting. He's going to get finished off by Yawar. A great kill for the Medusa. That's going to bring him back after that death.
Yeah, they at least saved the Storm Spirit, which was good, but Frank, I think he was way overly ambitious to go for that Tiny there.
Yeah, agreed. I didn't see how
here we go, 8-minute power run. This is the next thing. It's like every time there's a power run spawning, you can always expect a team fight. Or something to break out. Look at the line. He's already in position, ready for this.
Yep, that's
ready for this. Quinn's there. Storm's there.
Now, making sure the same thing doesn't happen, but the rune does spawn in the bottom wave, so this means Evansys are going to grab it, but meanwhile they're able to finish off Quinn, and it looks like SVG might be heading the same way as well. Yawar comes in from behind, though, and JZ, though, going to deal with damage, and then will bring down SVG. Meanwhile, a long arrow going to connect onto the Storm, but they should be okay. They've got the abilities to defend him with, and the Storm will be fine. The question is, what are they going to take this big fat stack? Because they know it's been seen now, and they need to make sure that they can defend it.
Who's going to kill it? The Storm, right? He doesn't have any mana because he keeps on fighting non-stop. So he maybe after he goes to base and heal. But then the bounty runes are going to start spawning. So, dude, this is insane. Like, both these teams understand each other so well. And I think Quincy are a bit underestimating in some ways how much they're going to protect the runes on Thunder. And they need to just start bringing in more heroes. Like this Mirana, I feel he needs to just TP to the mid lane or something and help the Tiny a little bit earlier. They're just playing, like, their lineup on side of Quincy is a lot slower than we normally expect. They didn't pick all these fast heroes in this game that they normally pick. They got Underlord, they got Medusa. This is like complete opposite of how Quincy normally have played in this tournament.
Yeah, no, they've definitely... I don't know if they've been forced into a different style or they're trying a different style. I do feel like Thunder Predator have kind of knocked them off their pace a little bit with that Game 2. And this game 2 is not looking too bad. Game 3 is not looking too bad for them either.
Radiant
Here we go.
structures are
Storm's
fortified.
going in. He's only level 7 though. On this. Wait,
Nope,
no, it's
smoke
a
up.
smoke.
Yeah, Jabeda Theban. Matthew and Leo style, they're looking for the kill up in the top lane. SVG is going to be the target right now as Frank's continuing to chase him through the trees. Moonlight Shadow is going to be popped here. Meanwhile, down at bottom, there's a bit of reverse rotation coming in here as Quinn's able to jump onto the Venge, get that kill nice and cleanly. SVG, surely he's going to go down here, right? He's still hanging out up in this top lane. I don't know what he's doing here. Maybe looking for the deny or something? I'm not too sure. And Frank's just going to
Neo
keep on
Style's already
bullying him.
gone.
And Matthew's going to
He
come
went to
in.
the camp already.
Ah,
He's
there
like,
we go.
this shit's taking too long.
Wants that
Radiant's
cash money.
middle tower is under
With
attack.
that snack, gonna get him pretty damn far. I mean, split's even being used at top. It's taken so long to kill off this damn Wyvern. And they should finally finish the job now. As right clicks come in, the immolate's there as
Radiant's
well.
bottom tower
And
is under
yeah,
attack.
they'll get him.
Dire's
They want
top
the tower.
is
They want the
under
tower.
attack.
So he's okay to commit this Bruce split for this, just to be able to secure the tower, this wave or whatever. It's not going to be that easy. Oh, Underlord's actually rifting to bottom. He doesn't have a TP, so they're not going to be able to defend top at all.
Dire's
I'm
top
just going to give that
tower
up.
is under attack.
Yeah, Leather's doing pretty good on this bottom wave. I mean, this lane phase is super even. In fact, I think MSS is kind of the one making the difference here. I don't know, like, MSS is like actually really rich, but then SVG is
Dire's top
super duper
tower
poor,
has
so
fallen.
it's a bit of a contrast between the
Radiant's
two of them.
bottom tower is under attack.
Oh,
Well,
Venge is
making the
dead.
plays here. Yeah, MJZ, keep coming down to this bottom lane to try and do something. Unfortunately, there's not much to be done. Gets
Radiant's
it-
bottom
Almost
tower
denied
is
it.
under
Almost.
I thought he had that.
Nah, he didn't have enough damage. There's only level 1 Vengeance Aura, so only doing 70% of his damage. It just feels like MNZ, is that it? Sorry, MJZ is
MJZ.
trying to bite more than he can
Radiant's
chew in
bottom
this game
tower is under
by
attack.
constantly going bottom and trying to defend his tower. But maybe playing elsewhere on the map would have been a better choice because his Underlord is just way too
Radiant's
far. He's
middle
level
tower
10 and a
is under
half
attack.
already. He's higher level than the Storm is by a lot.
Yeah, it's always tempting as a Vengeful to make that play as you've got the middle lane. Then the fight's going to break
Ooh,
out. They
big.
drop down the Winter's Curse onto the Storm Spirit here. Can they finish the job though? Yes, they can, because there's that root coming through from the Underlord. The Star gets killed. SVG also going to return here. So looking towards MNZ. That arrow's a little bit awry. MNZ still on the run. Quinn gets the Avatos off, but he's got the tricks of the trade. But when he comes down, there's that root coming in again. This Underlord root is doing hella work this game. MJZ up to the high ground. He's going to get chased by Quinn though, and I don't think he's surviving this one, I'm afraid. Right clicks from the Marana. Quinn, he's got the avalanche, but he's going to punch him in the back of the head instead. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh, this is where it gets really, really, really hard for Thunder now because all the lanes are going to be constantly pushed out. This Underlord is huge. He's just going to sit middle, make sure his tower can't die. He's protecting the path to the Medusa. Then on the side of Thunder, they need to figure out how to get all these lanes that are going to be pushing into them quickly, and it's not really possible. Because Riki, he pushes very slow, the waves. And in the Storm, if he shows up on the map, there's no threat for QC anymore.
No.
And
no,
that's
it's not.
yeah, and that's why we've seen Leo Style like constantly being active in this game because he's forced into that role with a Brewmaster and a Riki on his team.
Meanwhile, Quincy crew will gather, and they've got the smoke on SVG here. I mean, like Shadow also coming out here. They're looking to try and bring down Thunder Predator. Let's see what they can do. Fortunately, MSS can set on Central.
Whoa, do you
Quinn though
really wanna go
behind
on
Frank here.
Brewmaster?
They've got the arrow as
He has
well.
a
The
hook.
damage coming down to the Beast Brewmaster, but they know they can't keep him locked down long enough and get off the damage to the
Oh,
split.
the
Maybe
lion,
they're just
though.
trying to bait for SVG. I think they were there as they'll take down the Lion. Nicely done.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
they
is under
also
attack.
Knew
Close
Leo
thing.
Style was nearby,
Radiant's
so they couldn't
courier
really
has
fully
been
commit to that
killed.
one. So instead, they just bait out a couple of
Dire's
spells, get a
top
nice
tower
ultimate with
is under
SVG,
attack.
and that will lead them into the nice kill.
They also got a courier there. That was nice. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Because the Brewmaster had a hood. It made no sense for them to like run into that Brewmaster.
Radiant's courier has been
Oh,
killed.
Quinn gets a courier too. Whew, QC man, they love these couriers.
They do indeed. Yeah, they certainly do. It's giving them a lot of gold as well.
They want to dework that so badly, bringing in so many heroes here.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower is
And
under
Leo Style
attack.
going to pick up the haste rune. Let's see what he can do with it. Gonna be wrapping around. Meanwhile, Yawar just trying to farm some ancients. Most farmed here in the game, as you expect from a Medusa, to be fair. Hanging out with that Yasha
Radiant
power treads.
structures are fortified.
They smoke in a very aggressive place. Interesting. Oh, look at the line Matthew's drawing. You want to wrap all the way around. I think Lilith might actually break this one. Yeah, he does.
He does, just about,
he
yeah.
broke the smoke. They know where they're coming from. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Quincy crew just retreating under their tier 2. Meanwhile, they're actually engaging onto Frank here, but Frank manages to get the split off in time, so the arrow won't connect. It is forced out of him a little bit. They're really going for a fight under the tier 2. This seems pretty brave. They're pumping in the damage onto the Tiny. The Cold Embrace comes down in response to try and keep Quinn alive through this. Meanwhile, the Winter's Curse comes down onto the Storm Spirit, and he's going to get killed off eventually all the same. Now MSS looking forward onto Matthew. Matthew backing himself away, but MJD and MNT are already dead with the Rookie out of the fight. This one is a clean victory from Quincy crew, and I gotta say, I mean, Thunder Predator looking a bit too desperate for this one. They really did try and force that fight super hard there, even after Lelis had found them, even after Quincy crew backed all the way to their tier 2 tower, and you can't fight under those anymore. I mean, it gives you the auras, the extra armor, the extra HP regen, and just a huge additional advantage from Quincy crew. So yeah, mighty questionable for Thunder Predator to dive that deep for that fight.
You know why they did that, right? Because they couldn't push the mid tower. They want to penetrate the mid tower. They want to kill this so they can access the jungle camps, but they couldn't do it because there's a Wyvern and an Underlord constantly pushing the lanes up. So they tried to do some super desperate move, and QC figure it out, stay together, punish them.
Toss back onto the Storm Spirit. That is damn good. Storm will get up under his tier 2. Needs to zip himself in as he goes in for the Wyvern here and helps him out with that kill onto SPG. Meanwhile, Lelis, the taxi has come, and everyone will back themselves away.
There's all space for Medusa. That's all they were doing there. They just want to maybe try something, you know, Uber out. And look what Quinn's doing. Back to the mid lane. Always the mid lane. Protect the power runes. Protect the jungle. Protect the mid tower. Kill the creep waves middle. This is what it's all come down to, man. Everything's about the mid lane.
It really has, yeah. And Quincy crew have theirs up right now, and therefore this Medusa feels safe as a lamb, farming up as much as she wants. Living the dream. Meanwhile, an arrow onto Broommaster. Is it enough to keep him locked down? He doesn't actually have the primal split here, so Quinn can come in, get the burst off, and they'll grab the kill onto Frank. 2-man stun from Matthew is not going to stop that one from happening. They're even chasing Frank, Matthew down here as well, as they're just throwing a volley of spells his way. He's going to be alright though, after all. That's the thing, like, you see Quincy crew, they're getting these kills at mid, and they're not pushing afterwards like you might expect, because they don't need to. They're just making space for the Medusa.
They don't need to. The mid tier 2, too hard.
Unnecessary risk.
And you don't want to... Yeah, you don't want to give them the opportunity to be able to fight back. You just want to keep on, you know, pushing the lanes out, letting the Medusa farm. Eventually, she's going to carry you. That's all that matters for them. She's already going for the Dragonlance.
On the run. Oh, how did that arrow land there? The step shenanigans going to work, and MMD is going to get dropped again here as Levs will grab that kill. Down goes that Riki. Oh man, that's not a hero you want to be losing right now. I mean, this Riki doesn't have any momentum. He's actually gone for the Manta rather than the Fusel.
He needs to remove the root or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, this is why I mentioned in this game that I don't really care that much about the Riki, because they have so many things to deal with him in this game. The root is so good. The tiny, you know, going on him whenever he goes on someone or counter initiating with it is so good. He's not going to do a lot of damage to the Medusa. He can't get into Medusa's jungle because the lanes cannot be pushed out by Thunder Predator. They just have a bunch of like fighting heroes. Like, the best lane pushing ability is this Brewmaster, right? That's terrible.
Yeah, that's sad when you put it in that way, for sure.
So, they didn't get enough out of the first 10 minutes for them to warrant having a draft like this. And not right now, it just feels like a slow burn.
It does.
For Thunder Predator. It just, like I said, they just can't get these lanes out. Brewmaster is constantly showing. Storm has to constantly show to get lanes out. And QC, all they have, everybody but the carry pushing mid and bottom.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, he's chill.
Oh
he's
boy,
just slowly pushing this bottom tower, getting loads done, and yeah, in the mid lane, this is bad. Swap comes out from MJZ, he's trying to help the Riki, but it's straight into the arms of Quinn. He's waiting. Meanwhile, Leo Star jumping on the back line, trying to bring down SVG at the very least, and they'll throw in the finger as well. Right clicks are there, and then we'll drop the Wyvern. But they trade MJZ and MNZ for it as well. Both the MZ's dead as Matthew runs himself away, but there comes the Avalanche. Arrow's going to come through as well. Also, just about catching. My god, MSS just does not miss. Arrow after arrow. Call this man Legolas as he's taken down everyone. And the cheers come now as Quincy crew. I mean, they are just wrecking through this third game. I really don't think there's much left in the tank for Thunder Predator. It's again, it feels bad to call games this early. I don't usually do it, but in this series, it feels like you have to.
Now that's what this series is all about. The series is all about who has the better end game or the potential to have a better end game, and who's snowballing with it. And that's what's happening right here with Quincy crew. They have the DOTA with the end game, and then Thunder Predator. The reason why you're calling like it's so hard is because they can't get the lanes out. Any team who can't get the lanes out is, like I said, just a slow burn all the time.
And a Ricky that doesn't get going, a Storm that's not getting going, a Kaya Storm at 20 minutes is a sad state indeed. You know, that's a
these kind of drafts just don't work at this level of gameplay. And the only way they work is when you smash your lanes, like smash them real hard.
Yeah.
And keep going, which is not what happened.
It's a shame because their lanes went well. Like, you know, the mid lane went well. They managed to kill Tiny a bunch of times. Top was good. Bottom was good.
But it's not good enough for the state of like the heroes that you have. Like, that's it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
In this game, Ricky Storm combo is like maybe if that Brewmaster was a Beastmaster, I think it would have been different. Because then you have somebody who can push lanes out and somebody who can take towers for you as well. And provide some more physical damage, right? Brewmaster is just like a team fighter. He wants to be off the map. Oh, yeah, Leo style.
No, in mid once again. The swap comes out to try and save the Storm Spirit. Will be successful. MJZ going to tank the gank instead, but Quincy crew are not backing out right now, and that beautiful curse holding two of them still. And Z's just going to throw in the smoke cloud and hope for the best, but unfortunately it's not going to do an awful lot. Frank trying to run himself away using that drunken brawler speed, but it's not happening. Yawar gets the triple kill. 3 more heroes dead on the side of Thunder Predator. Oh, never mind. Make it for us. Leo Style tries to farm the camp or something. I don't know why he was there. It doesn't really matter at this stage though. He's going to be another body on the pile for Quincy crew as they rack up the names and now rack up this middle 2 tower as well. You know, MNZ is trying to pull the creep wave, the most awkward hero in the game to try and pull creep waves with due to that invisibility, but he's doing his best, darned him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's looking grim, man.
It is. You know, another team, another draft will be going high ground on Quincy crew right now, but they just don't need to. They got the Medusa. They can take this whatever pace they want to. Why risk anything?
Yeah, and he's gonna have a butterfly pretty soon at the rate Medusa can farm. Oh my god, they even find MNC. No mercy. No mercy. Just being chased across the map here. They missed the dust though.
Little Richard. Oh yeah, that does help out a lot, actually. Phew.
Oh, Lennon too. You went over to the right side over here. Trying to dust. I mean, they don't mind doing this, right? Because there is a DOTA farming. Right? Every move they do it cannot be punished on the side of QC because they always have a DOTA farming.
Arrow back into the Venge, trying to throw into the arrow there. Didn't quite land it. I mean, you know, just a bit of target practice, a bit of clay pigeon shooting in the middle lane. And once again, the Venge will be the one suffering. Well, Leo Style, he's gonna grab himself the Bloodstone. It's an item. Gonna make the hero feel a bit tankier, able to withstand these engagements a little bit.
How about Tiny's Orchid?
Interesting. Was this the... He didn't even go Echo Saber first, did he? He just went straight into the Orchid?
Yeah. I think he's just gonna Orchid up the Storm, or the Ricky, or whatever. At least make a Manta force out of him, but mostly for the Storm, I believe. Brewmaster also has no way of removing that. Oh, here we go. Brewmaster. Are they going to actually engage him? They've been quite respectful, actually.
Oh, Leostar jump in the Wyvern right now. If they can down SPG, get rid of that Winter's Curse, they could be in a pretty good position, but they are not able to. Frank's still on him, though. And then Z's going to jump in again here and try and bring down SPG, but with the Gold of Brace, it's just doing so much for him. Matthew will come in from the side with a finger, really try and take him down, and they will actually be successful. The Stone Gaze, not doing that much, but oh, the Storm. They've caught the Storm. They've caught the big one. He's going to jump himself away to the sidelines, but it doesn't matter. They've already caught MJZ, sorry, and Frank's going to get brought down as well. Meanwhile, the real Ricky, he's in the trees. Evan says, does he have it? No, they don't have anything to cancel out his TP, but it doesn't really matter. They've already got themselves the 2 big kills, and with the only losing their Wyvern on Quincy crew, they're going to be very, very happy with how this one's gone for him.
Dude, do you know what happened to that Brew there? He just split, and then Yawar just popped his Manta, killed the Brewlings like instantly, and then he tried to go back in with the Earth Panda, stun something, and then it had like 1 hit left. Quinn breaks in, killed it. That was all the Brewmaster's contribution. Yeah, actually he removed the illusions of the DOTA with the Wind Panda, but other than that, like he can't even enter the fights.
It's very sad, isn't it? I mean, we haven't really seen this Brew hero do anything in this tournament. In the like the 3 or 4 times he's been picked, it's always felt like a bit of a liability. Meanwhile, oh god. At what point do you call it, even?
Okay, listen. There's something more interesting to talk about.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
All right, here. On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you rate DOTA? As like, you know, like if you would date her or not,
If I would date her,
or like if you
based
find
on
how
her-
attractive you find DOTA.
Pardon?
How attractive do you find DOTA on a scale from 1 to 10?
Oh, a physical attraction or girlfriend material. So 2 very different things, Steven. You must understand.
Okay, tell us both. Tell us both.
All right. Well, physical attraction. I give her a solid maybe 2 out of 10. You know,
Wow.
not super feeling it. I'm gonna be real with you. A little bit. It's the teeth. I'll be real with you. It's the teeth. I can't see myself Frenching that.
Oh, bottom stun. Is it gonna die or is it good? Okay, it's good.
Yep, going for the TP arrow. Will not
okay,
quite
so-
connect. It was close though. MSS tried for it. But
Okay,
yeah, I
2
quite
out of
like
10.
Medusa's personality though. You know, she's a strong woman. She's a bit traditional, but very. Oh god, Matthew walking into the secret shop and just immediately getting a ton of arrows thrown his way. Yuval will claim his life. Poor old lion.
I know. I get what you're
If you
coming
could
from.
be any hero, you know, have the body of any hero, which one would you choose?
What? Wait, what?
If you could be any hero, which one would you choose?
Any hero.
In this game, let's say
hands
this
down.
game.
Oh, in this game.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if I say Ricky, everyone's gonna call me a pervert. So
Probably. Yeah, probably.
maybe Brewmaster, because you know you're badass, right? You can also split yourself into 3 different things, and then
I mean,
if you can micro yourself like with your mind, right? Like all 3 dudes, you can get a lot of things accomplished. That's fun.
True. But I also think he's, his not exactly a healthy weight. What I'm trying to get at here, you know, he's gonna suffer some health problems when he gets into his late 30s, early 40s, if you know what I mean. A bit of diabetes, I think, perhaps. Meanwhile, Storm.
But you're always drunk though, so you don't care.
I'm not sure that's the mentality you're supposed to have about these kind of things, but I suppose technically correct. Meanwhile, I mean, I'd be Mirana. I just want to ride a cat around. It'd be super dope.
Oh my god, Matthew, just like deleted.
Yeah, removed from life.
Absolutely
Oh no,
deleted.
the Ricky as well being tossed around. Actually, the swap interrupting the toss. I have no idea how MJZ managed to click on him there, but a big save nonetheless.
Yeah, you can
Quincy,
click on
where are
him
you
at
going,
the...
buddy? Where are you going? He doesn't want to be in his base anymore. He doesn't want to be on this team anymore. He's hoping to defect to the Dire, but that's not going to happen. And now Venge with the corpse swap, or that Quinn swap. I don't know, but they'll call it. GG's do get dropped eventually, and Quincy Crew will take game number 3.
Well, they had a 10-minute window. The first 10 minutes, that was Thunder Predator's time to shine. They shined a little bit, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, their light was small and it was short, but yeah, flickered out pretty quickly as Quincy Crew reclaim themselves as a leader of this series here in game number 3. I mean, you know, we can blame the draft a lot. We didn't necessarily spot the glaring problems in this draft, which a Thunder Predator had. It was easy to see how it could have snowballed out of control, but unfortunately, Quincy Crew, they just held us the solid line. I mean, you could almost pinpoint the part where